Okay, good afternoon. Today we're going to begin with Act 1 from our William Shakespeare's play Macbeth. We have a couple of scenes from Act number 1. We're going to try to cover the complete Act 1 so you guys could have a discussion, a full discussion of our opening act of our play Macbeth, okay? Act 1, Scene 1 is going to begin in the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere with three witches. And those three witches are going to be asking each other when we will meet again. One of the witches is going to say, when the battles lost and won. When the battles lost and won. That means that they are going to meet again once the battle is done. What battle? When we pass to scene 2, we're going to know what battle, okay? So basically that will be it. That will be the closing of scene number 1. Now, curtains close, open again, and now we're in scene 2. Now we have our King Duncan. Duncan is a king, the king of Scotland, and he's an old king. However, the problem that King Duncan is having is that he has a traitor inside of Scotland. And that traitor is the Thane of Cawdor. Thane of Cawdor. The Thane of Cawdor is a traitor, and a traitor in this time is a person that has sold out his country. The battle that Scotland is going to have right now, it will be a battle against Norway. So this guy, the Thane of Cawdor, is going to go from Scotland and now is in the side of Norway. Okay? So, all of a sudden, there's a wounded soldier that is going to come into stage. And that wounded soldier is going to express that they were almost lost before two mighty warriors helped them and took defeat from Norway, and they won the battle. These two warriors are number 1, Macbeth, and number 2, Banquo. Macbeth and Banquo. These two guys, the wounded soldier is going to say that these guys are going to be fighting back to back. And back to back will be to protect themselves. This guy's fighting towards this side, and the other guy's going to be fighting. So, never they're going to give their backs towards another person. Okay? Very important that you guys know that. Another great thing that this soldier, the wounded soldier, is going to say about Macbeth. Macbeth is going to meet face to face with this traitor. And when he meets the traitor, he's going to look at him face to face in the eye, and he's going to grab his sword, stab it in his gut, and he's going to split him open from the gut, from the gut all the way to the throat. So he's going to open him up. That's the way he's going to kill the traitor. Then he's going to cut the head of the traitor, and there's a stick on the field. There's going to be a stick in the field. Let's imagine that this is going to be the head of the guy. And Macbeth, what he's going to do is, the stick is right there in the middle of the field, and he's going to grab the head, and he's going to stick it right there. So the head right there in that stick is going to represent a symbol of victory, symbol of defeat of the Norways, and a signal that Scotland has, number 1, defeated the traitor, and number 2, by consequence, they defeated Norway. Okay? Macbeth and Banquo are going to be very, very, very high on King Duncan. King Duncan respects Macbeth and Banquo. However, King Duncan is going to have much more appreciation for Macbeth because of his act, because of the things that he's able to do on the battlefield. Okay, and also the one that splits the traitor open and kills him is Macbeth. It's not Banquo. So that wins a high standard with King Duncan. Okay. A guy that is going to be very important also is a guy named Ross. Ross, if you want to write next to the name, Ross is going to be the messenger in this play. Ross will be the messenger. Every time a message has to be delivered, Ross is going to come onto stage and he's going to deliver that message. Okay. The great thing is, Ross is going to come onto stage and he's going to inform that Macbeth has become the new Thane of Cawdor. Duncan declared Macbeth the new Thane of Cawdor. Who was the one that killed the traitor? Macbeth. So therefore, he's the one becoming the new Thane of Cawdor. However, Macbeth is already a Thane of a place. He's the Thane of Glamis. He's already the Thane of Glamis, and now he's going to become the Thane of Cawdor. Super important. At the end of Act 1, Scene 1, and at the end of Act 1, Scene 2, Macbeth has not appeared on stage. Has not appeared. All of the things that you have listed about Macbeth are things that Macbeth has done. Yes?
What's a thing?
A Thane is a nobleman in that time, a nobleman that is in charge of a certain area. That's going to be simple explanation. A noble guy, nobleman that is in care of a certain area. Macbeth is a guy that in some way has wealth. Okay? Yeah. No, he's not the king. No, he's not the king. He's the leader of two areas. He's not the king. So, Scene 1, Scene 2, no Macbeth so far. We're done with Scene 2. Close the curtain, open again. We're in Scene 3. Remember what happened with the witches, right? The witches said what? When they were going to meet? When the battle is lost and won. Who won? Scotland. Who lost? Norway. The witches are going to meet again. So Banquo and Macbeth are walking on the road and they're going to meet face to face with the witches. Very important. The witches are going to say three things to Macbeth. Number one, once they see Macbeth, they're going to greet him. Oh, hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis. Macbeth is good because he knows that he's the Thane of Glamis. Number two, oh, hail Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor. Macbeth in that case is kind of surprised because he does not know yet that he has become the new Thane of Cawdor. Okay? But the third is the most important of all. Oh, hail Macbeth, King hereafter. That means, oh, hail Macbeth, you will become king later on. That's the thing that blows the mind out of Macbeth. It's like, why she's calling, what they're saying, that I will become king. He's not so concerned about the Thane of Cawdor yet. Something is going to happen when he's going to get much more concerned. Banquo is like, I want to know my future also. So he's going to ask the witches, what does the prophecy or whatever has in store for me? And the witches are going to tell Banquo three things. Number one, lesser than Macbeth and greater. Right now you're less than Macbeth, but you're going to become greater than Macbeth. Number two, not so happy, yet much happier. Right now you're not happy, but later on you're going to become really happy. 3. Thou shalt get kings, you will get kings, though there be none, even though you will never be a king. In other words, your kids will be kings, but you will never be king. That's what the witches tell Banquo.
Espérate, los hijos sí, pero él no.
Exactly.
Ok.
Duncan has 2 kids. Number 1, it's Malcolm. Malcolm. Okay? Malcolm and Donalbain. We're not talking about Malcolm X or Malcolm Merlin or nothing like that. Malcolm. No. So it's Malcolm, that is the older one, and Donalbain, the other one. Okay? Ross is going to come on stage. And Ross is going to say, Macbeth, King Duncan has declared you the new Thane of Cawdor. And Macbeth is shocked. Why do you think he's shocked? Because the witches, they said that he was gone, that he was what? Thane of Cawdor. So right now Macbeth is like, Thane of Glamis, I'm already Thane of Glamis. Thane of Cawdor, I became Thane of Cawdor. King hereafter, that means that I will become king. However, there's 2 problems. Well, actually 3 problems. Number 1, Macbeth, the problem here is that Duncan is alive and he's a king. So, can't be the king yet. Though the problem is that if Duncan dies, who's going to go next? Sons. In this case will be Malcolm. Malcolm dies, you got Donalbain. So you got 3 problems. You have to take care of Duncan and the sons to become king. So this is not an easy task for Macbeth, okay? The problem here is the mind of Macbeth is starting to get corrupted with the prediction of the witches. He's starting to get corrupted. This guy's going to start at a high peak, but his thoughts are going to bring him down later on. So, curtain closed, curtain opens. We are in scene 4 now.
Espérate, después de lo que él oyó de la bruja, él de verdad está considerando traicionar al rey.
Yes.
Ok.
Y matar a su amigo.
Not yet.
Spoiler.
Todavía no, pero lo está considerando.
Duncan is going to be asking, he's going to open with Duncan. Duncan is going to be asking how the traitor was executed. Malcolm is going to tell Duncan that the traitor begged for mercy, but he was not granted mercy and he was killed anyways. But Duncan is going to say that he trusted this Thane of Cawdor a lot. However, he's going to say something. You can never understand a true identity of a person by looking at that person in the face. That means you could be the worst person in the world, but if you present yourself by your look as a nice person, I'm going to believe it. Later I'm going to know that it's not true. So that's why he's saying, by the look, he seems a nice person, but at the end he wasn't, okay? He's a traitor. Macbeth and Banquo are going to come on stage, and Duncan is going to say a lot of great things about both Macbeth and Banquo. However, now is going to happen something that Macbeth is not going to like. Duncan has declared that Malcolm will be the next in line to his throne. So if he dies, the one that is going to take his throne will be Malcolm, his son. That's something that Macbeth, it's not liking. However, Macbeth is in a top rank in the kingdom of Duncan. He's very respected in that kingdom. Okay. Another thing. Now you're gonna see an aside from Macbeth, and now Macbeth is starting to think, and those stars are gonna come up to the audience. What I'm gonna do with Duncan and what I'm gonna do with Malcolm. I don't have to deal only with Duncan, but I have to deal with Malcolm also, with both. And at the end of the scene, you're gonna see that Macbeth is gonna say, he's gonna be talking to Banquo, and he's gonna say a lot of great things about Macbeth. And the curtain closes, opens again, and we're in scene 5 already. One of the most, remember, I'm just summarizing the whole act, okay? Very important. One of the most fascinating characters in the play is gonna be on stage when the curtain opens on scene 5. That person is Lady Macbeth. Yeah, hey, yeah, you have to have a wife. Lady Macbeth is going to be on stage reading a letter from Macbeth. And she's going to be reading the letter. And as she reads the letter, that letter from Macbeth is going to explain everything that happened with the witches, with the battle, everything. And right there she finds out what the witches told Macbeth. The wife is starting to think, then we're going to have to kill this guy Duncan then. So, she's going to do everything in her power to convince Macbeth that they need to murder the king Duncan. Okay? The problem is that Duncan, it's going to be that same day in the house of Macbeth, in the castle. So Duncan is going to go to the castle of Macbeth, and right there is when they're going to take advantage of that and try to kill Duncan. Lady Macbeth is the one that is going to decide what they're going to do with Duncan and when they're going to kill him. Lady Macbeth is going to say something very important to Macbeth. It is the following. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent underneath. So you're going to pretend to be an innocent guy, but then you're going to take out your claws and you're going to show who you really are. Okay? And that's basically curtain close, curtain opens, and we're in scene 6. Duncan is going to arrive in the castle of Macbeth, and he says a lot of great things about Macbeth. Lady Macbeth is going to tell Duncan that they're going to take good care of him, not only with 1 point, but with 2. The points here, what do you think they represent? Not with 1 point, but with both. What do you think the points represent? No, well, close. The points represent knives. It's either I'm going to use 2 knives, or either we're going to stab you 2 times. So she's giving a glimpse of what's going to happen in the future to Duncan. Duncan is going to ask, where's the Thane of Caldwell? I want to talk to him. And right there, curtain closes, curtain opens, and we're in scene 7. Macbeth is alone on stage, and he's already thinking what I'm going to do with this guy Duncan, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to kill him. Lady Macbeth is going to come on stage, and right there Macbeth is going to tell him, you know what, I'm not going to kill this guy. I'm not going to kill Duncan. Lady Macbeth, very intelligent, she's going to tell Macbeth, I thought you loved me. And that's the way she's going to manipulate Macbeth. And Macbeth, well, he agrees, you know what, let's kill the old guy. I want to become king. Macbeth is going to say, you know what, if we kill Duncan, we could blame it on the servants and blame it that they were the ones that killed Duncan, and that's how they're gonna unfold their plan on how they're gonna kill Duncan, and basically that's the end of Act number 1. So Act number 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scenes. Basically that's it for Act number 1. Thank you.